It's One Piece time. Chapter 1083. The Truth of That Day. Body memories? Body memories? Okay, what is this? A reader request, Dofflamingo offering his coat as a new home for a chick that fell from the nest. Oh my god. Dofflamingo is a human being. An actual living human being. Wholesome. Wholesome. If only this was canon. If only this actually happened in the story. Okay, let's keep going. What? I managed to complete all of my... Oh no. No shot. No shot. We're actually going to continue where the last chapter left off. This is not how One Piece works. Broadly speaking, I had 3. First, to destroy the symbol of the Celestial Dragons in a declaration of war. Well, once again, Sabo, I'm sorry to say, Luffy did that, like, 15 arcs ago, you know? We kind of declared war on the world government in Enies Lobby. It is what it is. Second, to free as many slaves as I possibly could and take back Kuma. And third, to venture into the land of the gods and destroy their food stockpile. You certainly drew the world's attention, and thanks to the fact that you kept a large part of the Navy's strength occupied, our influence in a dozen countries around the world sparked the people to take up arms, ending in 8 successful revolutions. That's a lot of revolutions. But this is not how the story... This is we're gonna cut away any moment now. But don't forget, out of those 8 countries, one was Lelucia, which vanished mysteriously without a trace. Very mysteriously. Very mysteriously. They won't write about it in the papers, but the 7 countries now under new leadership have cut off all heavenly tribute to the governments and stopped exporting natural resources. Okay. All around the world, our revolutionaries are attacking the government's cargo ships, cutting off vital supply lines to Marie-Joie. So, this is literally a war already. Okay. So, it's like actually started. I like that there's actually strategy involved in this, and it's not just literally us sieging Marie-Joie out of nowhere. It's like they're literally cutting off their supply lines, and slowly but surely, they're crippling Marie-Joie, and only then we're going to go in. I like that. I like that. But they have no defense against a lack of food. Let's see how you like living without money in the bank or dinner on the table. Well, I mean, is there not like a devil fruit that can conjure up food or something like that? You know, maybe something like that? That'll hit them hard, won't it? Almost certainly we haven't cut off all of their supply lines, but they're surely starting to feel the pain in the capital by now. But the food tastes horrible? I mean, if you want to survive, you know, I mean, beggars can't be choosers and all that. These are not the kind of people to stay quiet under duress. If they mobilize the Holy Knights, that's where the fighting will begin. The what? The Holy Knights. Also, why does it have some sort of weird Luffy devil fruit pattern behind it? What the hell are these guys? The Holy Knights. Also, why does... Why does this guy kind of look like your typical Shanks poster that I use in every single thumbnail? Like, one of the silhouettes straight up looks like the Shanks poster if I colored it black. Beggars can't be choosers, but the Celestial Dragons will find a way? Probably. Probably. Okay, but what the hell are the Holy Knights? Is this some sort of special unit that we haven't even heard about? Have we heard about them? Don't think so. Sabo, I mean Flame Emperor boy. You're the only one they'll be after most of all. Still not feeling that name. Well, I mean, it is what it is. They were name-dropped by Akaino before, but now we know there's 9 of them. Well, to be fair, he doesn't say that there are 9 of them, you know? It's just that there appears to be 9 of them. It's the same thing I fell for when the devil fruits were introduced in, like, episode 4. You know, I was like, oh! It wasn't episode 4, it was like episode 12 probably, somewhere along there. But okay. So these are supposedly a squad of Giga Chads. And again, I don't want to read into the silhouettes because, again, one of them literally looks like Shanks. Like even the sword. But there appears to be some sort of giant thing behind them. It seems like a giant. They look much bigger. And there also appears to be a small person. I've got no idea. I don't want to read into the silhouettes that much, but one of them looks like Shanks. Okay, regardless of the truth behind the assassination of King Cobra has turned you into a hero in the people's eyes. From the perspective of the rebellious, anyone affiliated with the world government is an enemy. Of course, there are many wicked kings who oppose their people, but there are also wise and just kings who are capable rulers. King Cobra of Alabasta was known far and wide as a noble leader, a man of great character. Indeed, we knew him very well. But news does not actually always spread accurately. Well, I'm sorry to King Cobra, but this way suits me just fine. Oh my god, we're actually going to keep going. Anything that gets the flames of revolution burning. I like that attitude. Let's hear your story then. Tell us the truth behind this article. You know what I'm going to do now? Before we move forward, I will now bring up pictures of the Reverie. And I will look at the pictures of the Reverie, and I will try to figure out where is this floor. Because the floor is very clearly tiled, and I think the floors within Marie Joie were different. I thought so. I thought so. So this thingy. Hold on. Okay, you know what? We'll return to the Shanks thing. Because now I'm actually getting alarmed by the Shank. I'm looking at the Reverie pictures. Anyway, so this floor, the one that we see in this newspaper, this is not the floor that is within the Five Elders' room. So this must be in the actual like Reverie. Yes, there it is. There it is. So he was killed in the actual Reverie room. How the hell did that happen? Okay. We tearfully begged and pleaded, searching for a reason for you to do this. We all want to believe in you. Why does Sabo look shook? It seems that Sabo doesn't recognize himself in the picture? Yes. It's maybe not that he doesn't recognize himself. It's almost like he's surprised to see it. It has to be a framed picture, right? Like, how would they get a picture like this of Sabo literally posing over Cobra's body? So how is this? Do we have enough? Oh no. No. There's the cover story, right? Bonchan is safe. He's alive. His status is listed as alive. Okay, great. Okay, good. So it's not Bonclay. Or rather, Bonclay's power. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my god, if these holy knights somehow have the ability to become different people, oh boy. Over 1 month earlier, Land of the Gods, Sacred Marie Joie, intruders in the Land of the Gods during the Reverie. Agents to arms, the food storage exploded, 4 revolutionary captains were under attack. Okay, so this is sort of where we left off in the actual Reverie arc. Blast it all. They're not satisfied just desiccating the symbol of our nobility. Okay, and as usual, the Celestials are useless human beings. Incredible. Okay. I told you to pull faster, you lazy... Oh my god, here we go again. What if something were to happen to me? Enough, I'll walk on my own. Consider yourself terminated. Man, I really hate the Celestial Dragons. My gun, who did that? Oh, it's the Crow Man. It's the Crow Man. We like the Crow Man. Crow Man's a goat. Run into town to the east. Oh my god, he pulled a nothing personal, kid. I love his power so much. It's so spooky. It's so spooky. Captain of the Northern Forces Revolutionary Karasu, Suit Fruit. An absolute legend. Laser shooter. Okay, yeah, this guy. Well, I already forgot his name. We literally just watched the video of it, but I already forgot his name. Dude's got lasers. Remind you of anything? He's gotta be in some way connected to Mads. We're gonna get out of here. Okay, so they're just literally running. Okay, what's going on? Oh, Lindbergh. It literally says his name on the other page. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. There they go. Coming this way, liberate them faster. Soul Lotus. Oh my god, it's Fujitora. Do we know this guy's still alive? I think so. So Fujitora clearly didn't kill him. Oh my god, there's another Admiral here? Oh, what the hell? Why is this boy so angry all the time? Because you're wrecking the city, obviously. Where did your leader go? Oh yeah, both of them were literally talking in the Reverie. Now I remember. We saw them talking in the courtyard of the Reverie, and that's when Fujitora said the whole warlord thing. Right. So obviously both of them were here. Completely forgot about that. Okay. You'll be put to death if anyone gets hurt. How do you expect me to do my job? Get out of here, man. I'm dropping a meteor. I like that. I like how Fujitora's power, I mean, if you really think about it, like, Fujitora's power is easily one of the most destructive abilities in the entire world of One Piece. You know? I mean, pulling down a meteor, like, I don't know if I need to say this, but, you know, it did kind of cause a mass extinction event. Just saying. Just saying. Two Admirals. If this weren't the land of the gods, they could wipe the map clean between the two of them. It's all of them. It's all of CP9. All of them are back? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, are we going to get a rematch against all of them? Please tell me all of them are going to get folded. Those army captains are all serious business, and they're weird. Can we please talk about the fact... I'm still not over this. Can we please talk about the fact that they literally got their asses handed to them by a rookie pirate group? That, of course, being the Straw Hat Pirates, and they got promotions. Where can I sign up for this line of work where I can mess up literally one of the most important missions they have ever had in their entire lives and then get promoted? Can we please get that? Please. Please. I would like to be very bad at my job but get promoted. Also, not even from CP9 to like some CP8 or whatever, but to CP0. How does that happen? After Egghead, Lucci will decide to join the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I would not be surprised in the least. I would not be surprised in the least. That is actually what I thought would happen originally on Egghead. I thought that it would instantly be a, I thought that would basically be a joke. This was the theory I had when they first saw each other. I honestly thought that it would be a case of Luffy not remembering him, and then they'd get into a silly argument about who each other is, and then somehow they'd end up fighting together, which is basically what we saw. Alright, let's keep going. The fact that this entire chapter so far has been about the Revolutionaries is blowing my mind right now. And the fact that it's the Reverie of all things. Okay. Sabo, have you found the collar key yet? Any minute now. I found out the location. Kuma's moved to the Pangaea Castle too. I saw him with St. Roswald and his son Charlos. So this is what we saw. And yeah, and this is where we saw Bonnie. Which is still a mystery to me. Failing at a job and still getting promoted is just politics. You bring up a very good point. Will you leave me alone? I'm going to ask Vice Admiral Garp for help. But we are here to protect you. Well, it certainly didn't look that way with Shirahoshi back there. Okay. Okay. Only King Cobra's permitted an audience with the 5 elders. But Shaw Capel... So, okay, so they... Okay. Oh. This will not take long, but I don't want you to be waiting around bored. Go and stand watch over Vivi instead. I can't help but worry over that tomboy daughter of mine. So, he went into the 5 elder clowns' room, but he did not die there. He died somewhere in the actual Reverie room, or somewhere in the whatchamacallit, it's not tunnels, in the corridors. And someone is framing Sabo. Which seems... But no, it doesn't make it... No. Why would anybody frame Sabo is my question. It doesn't make sense for anybody to frame Sabo, you know? Because it only achieves their goal. Editing Koroto here, and this just popped into my mind while I was listening to this, because, like, who in the story constantly benefits from chaos in the world? Yes, it is Blackbeard, and he just so happens to have a dude who can turn invisible. I'm not saying it was Shiryu, because it still would be kind of random, but he could be there. Think about that. I'm so confused right now. Oda? What is this? You know how I talked a lot about not wanting to draw things from silhouettes? Speaking of silhouettes, why does the front one look like Shanks? Like, the cape, I get, right? It's just the cape, it's fine. But the cape has those pointy things that Shanks' cape has. And not only does he have the pointy things, but he also has a sword. Literally none of the other ones seem to have a weapon. Why put him front and center? I'm going to open up Marineford and I will see on which side does Shanks carry his sword. You're not letting him cook? I've let Oda cook for long enough. I need answers. Oh my god, he holds it in the same side! Which, by the way, doesn't make sense. Hold on. His left hand is gone, right? And he only has his right arm, but he holds the sword on his right side. Which doesn't make sense. Because usually you'd want to, like, cross-draw, right? That's what you do. it seems odd. Which makes it even more weird. Because yeah, if you hold your sword on the right side, that would imply that you're left-handed. Unless you're Shanks, and you hold it on the right side because you want to very clearly convey something. I'm gonna look at other characters holding swords. Even Luffy held it in the right side. Is there some sort of Japanese thing where you don't draw your sword from the opposite side? No, no. Like I literally said, I don't want to think about silhouettes, but this is literally Shanks. I can't get this out of my mind now. I mean, like, if you think about everything going back now, if Shanks was a holy knight, and I mean, look at this, King Cobra even. Only King Cobra is permitted to have a meeting with the 5 elders. Why the hell did they accept a meeting with Shanks? You know? You know what I'm tempted to look at now? Is there something with Shanks that is a small detail that Oda could use to somehow convey a real Shanks and a false Shanks? And let me do the same thing with Sabo. Let's very carefully look at Sabo. Sabo, okay. I mean, we can't really see his face is the problem in the picture. He's holding the pipe in his right hand, okay. I'm gonna Google a picture of Sabo. Hold up, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of pictures on Google have him hold the pipe with the left hand. Is there a wiki entry for which arm does Sabo use? I'm overthinking manga and anime to such a ridiculous degree right now, and I love it. Sabo wiki. Sometimes Oda doesn't draw the scar? What do you mean he doesn't draw the scar? Where has the scar not appeared? Are you serious? Because if that's a thing, then I'm 100% sure that's an actual thing. Does the wiki list which is Sabo's dominant arm? No, it does not. However, the wiki picture has him hold the pipe with his left hand. In the picture in the chapter, he's holding it with his right hand. Why would you do that? I think I'm in too deep. I think I'm in too deep at this point. Let me open up Dressrosa. I'm cooking up something foul right now, is what I'm doing. Like, seriously, knowing Oda, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be like, oh, you didn't pay attention to which hand he uses? Of course that was the answer all along. Why wouldn't you think of it? It was so obvious. Silly boy. That's what it's going to be. He sometimes forgets about it, so he says in an interview that's where the twin theory came from. I mean, if he was lying, he'd also say that. But I don't know. I'm usually like Occam's razor with these sorts of things. Like, I genuinely think he just, like, forgotten about it if it's not there, yeah. Though, to be fair, like, forgetting to draw a scar on Shanks is also a bit of a, you know, bit of an odd thing to do. The thing is, I think checking the... I'm not sure how good of an idea it is to check the anime, because the anime is obviously a derivative work of the manga. No shot that there's some sort of cloning program of like past emperors or something like that. No shot. Lots of things are making sense suddenly, though. If Shanks is in some way... Well, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. I'm not gonna lie. In all the big splash panels, he's holding it in his left hand. That's my theory. That's my theory. This is a fake Sabo. I don't know how it's possible, but it's a fake Sabo. And it's a fake Sabo because it's using the wrong hand. That's my current thinking. As for what the hell is going on with the Shanks looking dude, even the sword handle looks the same. Like, that is Shanks. I'm putting Shanks in the YouTube thumbnail and no one can stop me. Shanks is going on the thumbnail. Okay, so big revelations in this chapter. If everything goes wrong, they still have some sort of secret force in these holy knights that can be unleashed. And the way they're introduced, like with... Again, this might be me reading into it, but I think with the pattern that is there, it sort of makes me think of like some sort of mystical power or something like that. They must be Giga Chads. Maybe all of them have like ridiculously strong devil fruits, maybe all of them have like ridiculously strong hockey. Something like that. They're very likely to be devil fruit users? Something like that, yeah. It could be a case of the Holy Knights. Because, like, when I think of a thing called the Holy Knights, right? I think back to all the fantasy stories where I've read, where the sort of the Holy Knights are this ancient army that needs to be awakened, right? Like, for an immediate example, like in the last movies of, like, Harry Potter, or the books, they awaken, like, the castle protectors, right? So maybe it's something like that. where they like have these extremely specific devil fruits that they can sort of awaken or somehow. Not awaken in the sense of One Piece, but I don't know. Like, 'cause we've literally never seen them or heard about them or anything, like, right? So it's sort of their last line of defense. But at the same time, holy knights. I mean, they view themselves as gods, and it's the holy land of Marie Joie. So knights plus holy, you know, it's not that deep. Anyway, this chapter left me surprisingly stunned. I do very much like the fact that we are getting like some in-depth strategy from them, though. It's not super in-depth, but I like it. That it's like literally them cutting off all their supply lines before making a move, which very much tracks with everything we've heard about Dragon so far, and why he literally hasn't done anything, right? They've been building up to this, and this is like their only shot. So now they're going to get it right, they're going to cut them off from all their supplies, and only then they'll hit them. Which is great. Another thing it makes me ask is Sabo said he did all three, including taking back Kuma, which is very conveniently bolded, you know? He's like, what happened to Kuma afterwards? Like, why the hell is he in Marie Joie currently? The Shanks thing, if that is actually Shanks, and he actually turns out to be like a proper antagonist, I don't think that's gonna happen, but if it does, then I don't know. Then GG Oda. You've played all of us for like, what, 25 years? Good job. I mean, it looks like Shanks, though. Alright. Next up. This Sabo is clearly an imposter, and Cobra did not die meeting the Five Elders. This is not the Five Elders floor. The Five Elders floor has big blobs. This one is a tiled floor, therefore, it happened somewhere else. But this Sabo is a sus one. A sus one among us. And that's the end of that. And somehow Vivi ended up with Morgan. So we still don't actually know. And somehow Bonnie also made it from the Reverie, which, by the way, we are conveniently reminded of. Somehow she made it over to Egghead, and that is also not explained. Basically, Oda pulled the old switcheroo, is what's happened. It's a good chapter, though. It's not as outwardly hype as some of the previous ones, but it definitely brings up many questions for me. So the chapter rating for this week will be a less incredible, but still a solid. I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. You know, I've dropped it a few grades lower because, you know, it's a follow-up, which I didn't expect. And 8.5 actually seems kind of low. No, you know what? I'm going to leave it at 8.5. We're going to commit. The biggest thing for me is the Sabo picture and Shanks stuff, because that's sus. Because if there is no break next week, and we actually follow through with this, and we actually get a return to Reverie, oh my god, there is no break next week. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be wrong about this, so I'll say it. I think next week we might actually follow up with this even more. Probably not, though. But maybe. It would make sense that the Cobra stuff isn't revealed to us until we learn what truly happened with Sabo. Right? No, you know what? Yeah, I'll commit to it. Next week we're gonna have another Reverie chapter. Basically, I've got no idea as usual. But yeah, I guess I'll leave it there for today. It's a bit of a shorter one. A bit of a weird chapter. Because I don't know how much I'm over-reading into this stuff. And how much of it is actually important. So I'll leave it there. I guess we'll find out next week. If any of this is relevant in any way whatsoever. And then I'll see you whenever I see you.